Good morning, everyone, and welcome back. We're on day one of a brand new week, and that means before we can get started, we need to wrap up last week. And as you can see, I did not get a very nice amount of sleep last night, so we are going to start off with only 69 sleep points, which puts us at 4,324. And for our daily lottery, we're going to grab, what do we got? A biscuit would be nice. 20 diamonds is even more nice. I will take that. I will take 20 diamonds. All right. And then let's jump into this final sleep report for Fire Week and see if maybe we can get some of these fire types. The ever elusive Cyndaquil would be nice if we could get a few of them. Maybe with that low sleep score, that means that we'll get more of the lower spawns, the lower ranked spawns. So maybe we'll actually see a Cyndaquil, but who knows? Only 5 hours and 50 minutes of sleep. Sounds about right. Did not do well. 3% dozing, 65% snoozing, and 32% slumbering. That is a snoozing type, which is good. It is pseudo-balanced, but that does skew it towards the snoozing side. And with a 69 sleep score, what is that, like 50 million, maybe? Oh no, even more. Wow, surprising. It is a lot of 1 stars, so that's either a bunch of what we want or a bunch of the higher ranked 1-star sleeps. Maybe a bunch of evolved forms, which would not be good. And a top belly eradicate. That's good. It's a good amount of dream shards. It's not a new one though. I thought that would be a new sleep style. Ooh, Onyx. Finally a Cyndaquil. Looks like no. Oh, there is one new sleep style. So we've got Riolu, Haunter, Cyndaquil, Vulpix, 2 things we really, really want. Onyx, I would like to get another one, but it just costs way too much for me to try to get one right now. Ditto, okay, and Eradicate. What is our new one? That's really the question. Let's check on the right. Oh, buddy. Okay. A brand new Typhlosion. I'm really kind of watching it. I want to see if like the flames shoot out at any point, but it doesn't look like it. I just didn't want to click away too fast.
It's said that when Typhlosion tosses and turns in its sleep, its fur rubs together and occasionally produces blasts of fire. Take care not to venture near a sleeping Typhlosion by accident.
All right, very nice. Very nice. That should be a decent amount of dream shards too. I didn't even look at how much that would give me. Of course, the Typhlosion's hungry. Of course, the Onyx is hungry. Oh, man. As much as I love Typhlosion, I didn't want it to be hungry, but we did feed the Cyndaquil last time. I forgot about that. So 1 biscuit is all we need to take that Cyndaquil home. Using more biscuits than I would like this week, but I think it's worth it. Particularly if we can get a good Vulpix and or Cyndaquil. Either one would be fantastic. Let's go ahead and feed a biscuit. I was hoping for a big hit and make sure we take that home because I have a feeling it's going to be full. It's not full. We're using more biscuits than what I wanted, but hopefully it's worth it. We're going to find out very soon. All right, and then let's go ahead and feed this last biscuit to the Cyndaquil. And I think we're going to wrap it up there. I was debating on if I wanted to give a biscuit to the Typhlosion, but that would just be silly. It's better to catch them in their pre-evolved forms and evolve them on your own. We're still going to send out the Vulpix candy. I would like to send out the Typhlosion just to show off, but nobody really looks at the pictures anyway. So we're going to send the Vulpix candy and make sure that everybody has plenty before Entei research. And our final research of Fire Week is going to give us 2,241 research XP and 5,552 dream shards. I think I think exactly one less than yesterday. I feel like we had 5,553, or maybe it was 35. I just remember thinking, oh, that's funny that it's all 5s except for the 1. Anyway, let's see. This Vulpix is gonna be soybean, corn, soybean, which isn't bad. That's fine. It did get a sassy nature. Helping speed is good. Skill trigger is okay. Where's helping speed? There it is. Skill trigger, inventory up. That's all right. Ingredient finder is not good. We don't want that. And inventory up L. With a sassy nature, we know that that is main skill chance up. All right. So this one's going to be all right, but not quite what we're looking for, but significantly better than the others simply because of the helping speed. Well, not as much better than the others as I had thought. Only a 60 total PR, and the others were 55 and 56. But I think the 55 might actually still be better. I think it had helping bonus or something. It had something that was beneficial for everybody. Energy recovery? I forget. But this one's not bad. We're gonna keep it for now. I need to go through all my Vulpix now that the week is over and see just exactly what we have, because it's been a little while since we've seen some of them. So I'm not sure, but we haven't caught anything that's really fantastic. Certainly no berry finding. So we may just have to make do with the best one that we have for the team. So I'll go back through those and we'll figure it out. For now, I'm just going to put it in the box and we're going to move on to the Cyndaquil. And hopefully that one is better. I do have a somewhat decent Quilava, but could definitely use a better Cyndaquil. So level 13 in Serious with ginger, herb, and oil. Good. A nice spread of ingredients. We've got energy recovery bonus. That's all right. Skill trigger M. It's okay. Skill level up S. Helping speed M. And skill level up M. So it'll be at level 6 just naturally. But again, almost forgot to change the nature. Serious is neutral nature, so doesn't really help us much. Yeah, this one is significantly worse than the Quilava we already have. I'm pretty sure the Quilava we already have is like 70 PR or something like that. And this one, total of 26, which it's not bad, but typically with a charge strength S, I don't collect from the berry gatherers. I just let their inventory stay full all week. So really the only sub skill that helps me with how I usually run this kind of berry specialist is helping speed at level 75. And yeah, that's it's not great. Let me just, out of curiosity, let's see what the expected skill count looks like. I mean, it's not looking too bad. Level 25, it does go up to 92. Yeah, looks like maybe we can expect, or no, I think that might be the level. Yeah, that's the level of the main skill. Somebody was telling me the other day that you could read how many expected skill counts you could get on this screen, but I'm not seeing where that would be, because that's the level. That's the rankings out of the total possible combinations. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything that is an actual number of potential skill triggers. I mean, so far 83 is pretty good, but I don't think its base skill trigger rate is very high, and its main skill is not really the greatest. So it just kind of is okay. I don't know. I don't feel good about this one. I don't think this is one that I want to invest my limited resources into, particularly without having berry finding. We already have a decent Quilava, like I said, that we have invested some into, so we may just have to carry that one on into Entei week and just further invest in it. But that's also if we even have room for berry specialists for Entei week, because with the curry we're going to try to make, may not have a whole lot of room on the team, but not bad. The Vulpix is all right. Cyndaquil, not so much. That one's going to be sent to the professor, but we can move on and see how the rest of the week is going to treat us. But first, we've got to wrap up this past week and get our weekly summary. We now have 50% area bonus at Topalo. It is almost maxed. I think I only have maximum area bonus in one map on green grass, of course. But now we've almost got 2. Now that I'm looking at my area bonuses, Snowdrop is getting ignored a lot. But we did make it to Master 7 with a final strength of 821,201, which is crazy. That means we got like 400,000 after I stopped caring about really growing the rank. So kind of weird that happened. Our gains from berries, of course, are down 291,193, but our gains from cooking is up 530,008. So not bad, but yesterday definitely messed me up on my weekly summary and my overall grade of B, because my sleep duration and midpoint were terrible simply because of yesterday. It's the way it goes sometimes. But with that said, as far as where we're going to go for this week, I really don't know exactly where I want to go. Part of me wants to go back to Lapis to hunt that better Ralts. Not Ralts, Stuffle. Because we do need a better corn Stuffle. But another part of me also wants to go back to Topalo and try to just get some more chances at Vulpix and Cyndaquil. And given that we're taking it easy this week and not really trying too hard, I think that is the right call. Because if we're not really going to try too hard, it's really best for trying to find the lower sleep style ranks. Because then you keep the spawn pool narrowed. We got salads, which that's all right. Salads will, funny enough, actually help us keep our strength lower, because I don't have the best ingredient gatherers for salads. So that's good in a way. Let's see. We did get a medal. What did we get? No new news, of course. I did not mean to click on that. Let's go back. What about our medal? That's what I really want. Fire types. Number of fighting types, 100 for a small dream cluster. I'll take it. It's only one, but I will take it after what we did yesterday. And then for our community reports, we have 42 with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 14. The doubled up. Very nice. Very nice. All right, and now let's get into breakfast. Should have plenty of sausage from Beware. And then should get quite a bit of ginger from our Pupitar. About 10 of them. That's good. We'll definitely take some Dratini candy for free. A little bit more corn. Not as much as I would like to see. A lot of herbs. Not as many herbs as I want to see either. I feel like I really need to be checking on this Dragonair more often. Seems like its inventory is very, very small. But we did get a skill trigger with Flareon, which is to be expected. So that means we do have a little bit of a bigger pot for breakfast. Not really going to be able to make much of anything, I don't think, simply because we're on salads and we don't have ingredients for salads. So let's see what we can do. Probably not going to be able to do much. Nothing. Bean ham salad, fancy apple salad. What can we do? We definitely can't make these other two. Or 3, I mean. What are we missing? We're missing ninja salad. We're missing immunity leek salad. We probably could do that one. It'll cost us 5 ginger, but we'll get 20 diamonds out of it. I think we'll do that. What is it? 10 leeks and 5 ginger. We got plenty of time to get ginger stocked back up anyway. Not worried about it at all. Let's throw in the 1 cocoa and we will chill on the rest of it. We're not going to add more because we are trying to keep our rank somewhat low. Of course, it goes extra tasty. Of course you did. I mean, it's still only 8,427, so that's not too bad. Could have been a lot worse if we'd have really packed in that pot. Okay, so that is done. That'll probably put us at like basic 3, I think. Let's see, basic 3. Oh, we're already at basic 2, so definitely basic 3. All right, so that's pretty good. Pretty good. Oh, basic 2. What's happening? What is happening? Basic 2. Are we basic 2 or basic 3? Because this looks like we should be basic 3. I have a feeling that when we come back from this menu, we're going to hit basic 3. Let's go ahead and grab those 20 diamonds that we got while this weirdness plays out in the background. We only have 2 more dishes to make and we've made everything. What else do we need to make this week? We just made the, where's it at? The immunity leek salad. And then we still need the superpower extreme salad, which we almost have what we need outside of the eggs and the potatoes. And the ninja salad. So a couple of things, but we're not far off. As far as what we're gonna do this week, not really too sure. I forgot to check while I was looking at that as to where our ingredients stand for what we need. I know we have more corn. Yeah, we have way more corn than we need, so we can swap out Dragonair and start getting some XP on somebody. The sausage, we're almost there. The herbs, we are way off. And the ginger, we're almost where I want to be. I may throw Raichu on the team just to bring in some apples, just so we can keep making fancy apple. Either that or I'll do a mixed salad with just like 1 ingredient. I don't know. Kind of not sure what to do on that one. But we can swap out the Dragonair, the corn Dragonair. So let's see, what do we want to swap you out for? We were looking at the production comparison from the 3 Charmanders, but it deleted it. Oh no, I have to do it again. Still not really too sure which Charmander I want on the team. I'm kind of leaning towards the triple sausage. Simply for the fact that at least we can have the sausage covered with that Charmander. And trying to split between sausage and ginger is just going to make it to where we don't bring enough of either. So I don't really know that that's the right choice to make. Let's go ahead and say it's a Charizard. We've evolved it twice. And we'll do that with both, or all 3 of them, I mean. I was thinking about evolving the skill-focused one, but that just brings us random ingredients, not really the ones we want. It does say that the one with helping bonus, which is the one I was talking about, the skill trigger focused, does bring in more strength. And I think that's true because it has helping bonus. But I still feel like it's better to get the 41 sausage per day than it is to get the helping bonus. because I mean, with the helping bonus, we're only getting 16 sausage per day. And it is nice. It's a 5% buff to everybody. But if putting that one on the team means we have to bring in another Pokemon to bring in sausage, probably Beware. Or possibly another Charizard, which I don't have the resources to invest in both Charmanders, then that's a problem. So I'm really thinking we need to just focus on the Charmander that has triple sausage, which is not you. Is it you? It is you, but you are ingredient 40, but berry finding. So that's the other question is how much do we let the rating of the Charmander affect our decision? Because it is only PR 40. The Charmander that we had before that doesn't have helping bonus, but is more solidly ingredient focused, is a better rating. It just doesn't have the right ingredient spread. So that's the problem. This is our old Charmander. This is the helping bonus Charmander that's skill focused. And this is the triple sausage Charmander with berry finding. Between our old Charmander and the triple sausage, the strength is pretty much the same. We just get a lot more sausage. So yeah, I think that's the way to go. Even though it is PR 40, the strength is not too far off. And if having this on the team allows us to consistently make the Keema Curry, then I think it's worth it over this one because it's a lot more strength we're going to gain from the curry. So I think this is the one we're going to put on the team. We're going to let this one naturally grow at first. Like I said, I want to keep our rank low this week. So I don't want to go ahead and put it into a Charizard at level 30. There's no point in that. Then we would grow a lot faster than I want to, and there's just no point. So for now, this is what we're going to have the team looking like this week. I'm not going to do a team analysis because, again, we're not super worried about rank this week. The one thing I do want to look at is, what is it? Sleep calculations, sleep style probability. So this is a premium feature, I believe, but what we can do with this is we can select multiple Pokemon. So we're going to select Taupe Hollow, Snoozing. We're going to select Charmander, Vulpix, Cyndaquil. Those are the ones we're here for. Actually, I forgot. I have to actually select this. Let's go ahead and put all of them on there. Just to look at the probabilities of everything. So these are our target sleep styles. All of the sleep styles for Charmander, Vulpix, and Cyndaquil. And let's say... you know what? Let's just go ahead and leave it at 100 million. It doesn't really matter. We can always just look at exactly what we want. But let's let this one run. And we can see that the expected count of Pokemon does fluctuate wildly across all three of them. But when we get down here to the probability of any target showing up, we can see that it's very, 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 very high for now. Actually, it's very high that any of them show up all the way through. So we really don't necessarily have to focus on keeping our rank low as much as I thought. That is for Raikou mains, probably going to be very similar to Entei mains, but I'm not really looking at that. But that is there, just be aware of it. This is exactly this right here. Expected count of targets is what I really wanted to look for, to see the expected counts of each individual Pokemon. But it's not showing up. This is the one I really wanted to look at, and it's not showing up. So I guess we'll look at these, and we can see that the highest chance we have of what the purple is Vulpix is actually very low. Sub 2 million drowsy power, which is only about, what, 20,000 strength? So the highest chance we have of seeing a Vulpix is at the very beginning. It does go up a little bit closer to the 48, around 45 million drowsy power. It does go up a little bit, not as much as we would like. Cyndaquil is this orange line on the bottom. So you can see it is the lowest chances, and it actually looks like the odds peak around 20 million-ish, 19, 20 million, somewhere around there. So that's our highest chance of seeing Cyndaquil, is what it looks like if I'm reading these graphs correctly, which I think I am, but maybe I am wrong. But yeah, it looks pretty all right. Like I said, this was the one I really wanted to see, and it's not showing up because this one I feel like gives a better breakdown of the individual sleep styles and where you want to keep your drowsy power to find the highest odds of all the sleep styles put together. But I guess maybe I selected too many Pokemon. I suppose we could, let's go ahead and terminate this calculation. Let's take Charmander off and say we're only looking for those two. Let's run it again. Yeah, expected count of targets is still not showing up. I might still have too many. Let me just run one more quick test. Let's go ahead and turn off. Let's turn off Vulpix. Let's only do Cyndaquil. See if maybe it'll show me then. No, still not working. Not sure why. This is the one I really like to look at. All the other information is very good. Probability of any target is good when you're only looking at one Pokemon, because then you can see, okay, your probability of running into a Cyndaquil of some kind of any of the sleep styles seems like it peaks around 20 million. That number's come up a couple of times. I think that's what we said was the peak when we were looking at the expected count of Pokemon up here when we had all three of them. So around 20 million seems to be the target, just to really maximize the chances of Cyndaquil. But it does have fairly consistent odds all the way up to 36 million before it drops off and then picks back up at 43 million a little bit, not as high as it was before. So it really looks like that 20 to 36 million is what we're looking for, which is only about, how much is that? Oh, that's research drop. I'm looking at the wrong one. It's still about the same. Still about the same, that 20 million to 36 million, and then picks back up at 43. Yeah. So I'm having a hard time doing math right now because I'm so tired. What is that? 203,000 strength is what we need for. Let me just get the calculator because my brain is dead. Let's see. We want 20 million. That's the target. Divide by 100. 200,000. Yes, 200,000 is what we're looking for. 200,000 to 360,000 is a good range to maximize the Cyndaquil. So we should be able to get there if we wanted. But like I said, I'm just kind of taking it easy and we're going to see how it goes. I may swap in a salad team for a day or something just to stock up some ingredients and maybe push us into the higher ranks. But for now, this is the team we're going to stick with. I'll think about it today. We might do that tomorrow. But I really just wanted to go through this sleep style probability calculator because I use it quite often behind the scenes. And I wanted to show you guys. But of course, the one thing I really wanted to see ain't working, but that's about the way it goes. And that is going to be it for me. Thank you all for watching the video. Sorry for being so low energy today. Like I said, I'm just very tired, but I hope you all have a wonderful day. And until next time, later, dudes. Good morning, everyone, and welcome back. I am back and well rested. I hope you're well rested yourselves, but we're going to start off today with a decent amount of sneaky snacking. Hopefully, decent compared to what we're trying to do, I guess. 3,452 sneaky snacking is what we're going to get to start off with 10 honey to go with it, so we can throw that in the whatever we decide to make. I don't really know. I know we're on salads. Haven't really paid attention to what we can make. Just made a couple of fancy apple salads and basic stuff yesterday. But speaking of basic, we are basic 5. So we should have a decent chance at most things. Vulpix is not quite unlocked yet. We do need to get to, I think it's grade 2 before we unlock Vulpix. But we should have some decent chances at, what are they called? Drawing a blank. Charmander and Cyndaquil. That's the ones. with 100 sleep points to go along with it. We are at 4,424, and for our daily lottery, before we try to find this Charmander and Cyndaquil, I am all over the place. That's how well rested I am. My brain is just choo, 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 choo. But we did get one small handy candy for our daily lottery, and then we can move on, jump into this sleep report, and hopefully find that elusive Cyndaquil. It would be nice to get one. It would be. Session 290. We've got 9 hours and 42 minutes of sleep, which is good. I slept quite a bit, feel really well rested. Felt like I slept pretty good. 6% dozing, 64% snoozing, and 30% slumbering. It seems like, and this is just a weird observation, has nothing to do with the game, but for me personally, it feels like the days that I feel the most well rested are the days that I get the most snoozing sleep, which is kind of surprising. I thought it would be slumbering would be where I would feel the most well rested, but apparently it's snoozing for me. That is going to give us a snoozing type sleep, which is good because we don't have the pseudo balance this week. So we definitely need snoozing to be able to find any of the fire types we're looking for, which is the one downside of not doing this during the event. But that does also mean that when we get the snoozing type, the spawns will be focused to the snoozing type sleep. So they should hopefully skew more heavily in our favor. I'm pretty sure I see a Charmander down there in the bottom corner. I think I see the top of his dome right there. And a Cyndaquil. There we go. The legendary Pokemon Cyndaquil finally showing up. Of course, no new sleep styles. Not expecting any at this rank, to be honest with you. So that makes sense. Let's see. So we could take the Charmander home, but the Cyndaquil is what we're more worried about, especially now that we're at friendship level 10. So let's go ahead and give that a bonus biscuit. Unfortunately, it's not hungry. Yikes-a-roni. That's very bad. Oh, as much as I am gonna hate myself for doing this, we do need to take it home. I was really hoping that we would get a big hit there. We have to take it home. We'll save the Charmander. They seem to pop up pretty frequently here on Topalo, so hopefully we don't have to worry about it. It's gonna be full, isn't it? No, it's not, but I am using way too many biscuits. We need to find a way to get these biscuits back. I don't like it. I don't like that we are so low below, or so far below 25, but we need the Cyndaquil. We need to catch as many Cyndaquil as we possibly can and try and get a good one. Send out some Cyndaquil candy to help people out since it is so rare. I feel like most people don't have a ton of Cyndaquil candy. So we are also going to get 166 research XP and 396 dream shards. Ton of research XP, let me tell you. But all right, we do finally have a Cyndaquil that we can take home. We did get one yesterday and it was just kind of all right, but let's see how this one is. Level 14 and Impish. Impish, what is Impish? I don't remember. It's all ginger. Not the most ideal, but also not that big a deal since we're probably not going to collect from it. Sleep XP bonus. I mean, that could be okay. Helping speed. If we get berry finding at 50, it might be all right. Skill trigger. That is not what I wanted to see. Skill trigger S and M. Okay, with inventory up S. Okay, so only the first two skills are useful on the Cyndaquil, and Impish Nature is ingredient finding down, which does help. But it's energy recovery up, so it's kind of just okay. It'll help if it's on a team with a healer. But for the most part, not really going to help too much. But the ingredient finding down does help. This is not bad. I'm actually going to hold on to this one. Let's see what the calculator gives us. 19, that's kind of surprising. I thought it would be a little bit better, especially with that helping speed at level 25. And ingredient finding down. Kind of surprised it's that low. Actually, hold on. Let me make sure. Cooking. Yeah, cooking is turned off, so it's not taking that into account. Interesting. I'm very surprised that this is that low. I'm going to hold on to this one anyway. I want to do some production comparison with some of the others, because with the helping speed, this might be pretty good. What's the, you know what? Let me put this in the box first so I don't have to do it again. Level 14. Go ahead, throw that in the box, and then let's go check out our other Quilava that we have. Oh, helping speed S. Yeah, see, ingredient finder S at level 25. So that's not that good. And our Quilava's 18. Yeah, I went through, checked that. So it is level 18, and level 14 is not far off. Honestly, helping speed. Ooh, speed of help up and helping speed S. That might be why. Honestly, though, I feel like these might produce a similar amount, if not maybe even the new one might produce even more berries since it does have the ingredient finding down nature. Yeah, I want to run these two through a production comparison and see which one's better, because I have a sneaking suspicion this one's actually going to outperform, even though this one says that it's like 60 or 70 PR. I forget which one. But I have a feeling that this new one is going to outperform, maybe just slightly, but I do think it will outperform. And even if it matches, having the Sleep XP bonus might be a good thing to have it on the team this week, just to get even more XP, because we already have the Charmander on the team with Sleep XP bonus. So we can get Charmander and Cyndaquil on the team with Sleep XP bonus and double up on that effect. And that might actually be very worthwhile. But yeah, I'm going to keep that one in the box. I'm going to do some comparison of those here a little bit later, and we can go ahead and move on. I don't want to spend too much time on all that. We did get maintenance yesterday. We've already gone through the Entei research bundles, which do look pretty nice. But we got maintenance, biscuits and Entei. Whoa, that was not what that said. What did that say? That just said maintenance complete. What did I click on? Did I click on this by accident? I did. Okay. Maintenance complete. Thank you for playing Pokemon Sleep. Maintenance is now done. Cool. Didn't need to read that. Good. Update contents version 1.7.2. We do need to read this. This is very important. The updates include the update includes the following improvements: new features, preparation for Entei research event, of course. Game contents, changes to the conditions for when Sleep XP bonus gauge applies. Before the change, during Sleep research applied. During Sleep research, applied when any helper Pokemon on the team reached the current max level of 55 regardless of the user's research rank. After the change, so now, during Sleep research, will apply when any helper Pokemon on the team has reached the max level possible for the user's current research rank at the time. So that's good. If you're, I forget what exactly the level caps are relative to the player ranks or the researcher ranks, but say the Pokemon level cap is 30. If you have a Pokemon that's level 30 and that's the level cap, you will get that Sleep XP bonus gauge. So that's good. Sleep XP bonus gauge, of course, gives you, it is one small handy candy every time you get an extra 500 XP that you can't actually apply to a Pokemon because it has reached the maximum level. So it's a good way to stock up some extra handy candies if you're at the level cap or current level cap for you. So good thing. And it's good that players at lower ranks can take advantage of it. At least they have something to do and their Pokemon aren't just sitting there with a full XP bar, can't level up and can't do anything with the XP. So that's good. Whoa, calm down. Added new perks to the Novice Researcher bonus. The following perks have been added. 1 additional hungry Pokemon for each of the first 7 sleep research sessions. 1 Pokemon will for sure arrive hungry. Note, this does not apply to the second sleep session of the day. So only to your first will you get a guaranteed hungry in the first 7 sleep research sessions. If all of the user's area bonuses add up to less than 100%, then the researcher's area bonus will increase by 10% each week. Also applies to researchers whose novice research bonus period has already ended. If all of your area bonuses add up to less than 100%, your area bonus will increase by 10% each week. Very good. Helps new players get caught up with everybody so they don't feel like they're constantly left behind. I'm a big fan of this change and these kinds of changes in general that keep new players caught up with, well, not caught up, but helps them to catch up quickly and doesn't leave them behind and feeling like they're left behind permanently. I really like those changes. We also have balance adjustments. Adjustments to the helping stats of certain helper Pokemon. Persian, the frequency was shortened by 200 seconds. Golduck, ingredient finding was increased by 20% and its base carry limit increased by 3. Wobbuffet, main skill chance increased by 10% and the base carry limit by 3. And then Lucario's frequency was shortened to 100 seconds. Again, 3 of the 4 of them are Dream Shard Magnet Pokemon. So maybe we got a Dream Shard event coming up after Entei. Maybe that's what they're getting ready for. It is about 6 months later after the last double Dream Shard event we had. So maybe that's the case. Kind of my theory. I'm not 100% on that, but I just got a feeling that they're getting ready for something like that. Could be wrong though. We'll just have to wait and see. And then for the Pokemon Go Plus, implementation of improvements so regular sleep research can be conducted for both sessions when 2 sleep tracking sessions are reported at the same time via the Go Plus. Note that when 3 or more sleep tracking sessions are reported, regular sleep research will be conducted once and the rest will all be included in one report as normal. So, I don't have a Go Plus, don't know what all that means, but for those of you that do, hopefully you know what that means and hopefully that's a good thing. Yeah, not sure if that's a good or a bad thing, but hopefully it is. And then now that we are done with the news, we didn't get a medal, but we do have some community reports. We have 47 community reports with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 that doubled up. And I noticed a couple of shiny Typhlosion. Very nice. Very pretty. All right, no level ups today. Let's go ahead and back out. Let's see what we're doing for breakfast. Probably not a whole lot. We are going to get a... Ooh, we didn't get a skill trigger there. That is surprising. I thought for sure we would. Are we getting any herbs? Is that 1 herb? Is that... Hold on. Okay, no, there's more than 1 in there. But that's not good. We definitely want to see more herbs than that, buddy. Come on, I need you to pick it up. The skill trigger on Pupitar, which we... Funny enough, we're probably about to swap Pupitar out. I don't think we really need a whole lot more ginger. We're actually doing really well on sausage. I think we're pretty set on corn. So we're really about to... Hey, even more corn. All right. Nope, it just didn't pick it up the first time. Yeah, so we're in a pretty good spot. We don't really have a whole lot to worry about with ingredients. Let's go ahead and look at it while we're here. Immunity leek salad. We might do that. We might make that. It'll clear out some more. Yeah, we'll do that. It'll clear out some more leaks. Actually, hold on. Hold that thought. Before I do that, let's see if maybe we can make... I doubt we can, because I think I know what they take to make the other 2 recipes we need. Let's go ahead and cancel real fast. Okay. Just needed to check that level real fast. Level 6. The other 2 recipes, Superpower Extreme Salad, we don't have the potatoes for it. We only need 3 and 5 eggs. So, I mean, we could if we wanted to, because we have enough sausage and ginger. Oh, we have way more ginger than what I wanted to have stocked up. So we're really good there. We can go ahead and swap out Pupitar for somebody else that needs to be on the team. Possibly that new Cyndaquil once we run that production comparison. And the other one is the Ninja Salad, which we definitely don't have what we need because we are missing a bunch of soybeans and mushrooms. So yeah, immunity leek salad it is. We'll just throw in all this cocoa and milk. And you know what? Why not? Let's go ahead and throw in all this honey too. And we'll hold on to the apples because if we get some more of those, we can make a fancy apple salad. But again, not really doing too much on the meals this week. I do want to get to like grade 2 or whatever it is. I'm pretty sure it's grade 2 to unlock the first Vulpix. Almost said Cyndaquil sleep style. The first Vulpix sleep style. Outside of getting to grade 2 and just getting more spawns on the board, I'm not super worried about strength this week. This week is all about taking it easy, trying to find some good fire types that we can use for next week. That is really all I care about this week. And given that we just got 55,133 total and we're at grade 1 now, we should be able to get to grade 2 tonight. So Vulpix should be on the table going forward, provided I can continue to get snoozing sleep style. Because again, we don't have pseudo balance, so we have to get snoozing to get any of the fire types we want. All right. So now that we're done with that, ooh, you got something for me? Just a couple more berries. How much are we getting per berry? 108. That's pretty good. That's a pretty good amount for just a dragonberry that's not favored. Okay. So I know we just looked at it, but I do want to go ahead and double check. So 58 fiery herbs is what we're currently at. We need 133 minimum before the end of the week. Bean sausage, we only needed 130. We do have 144. I think I'm going to go ahead and swap out Beware as well. Because that Charmander we have on the team will still bring in some extra sausage. So we don't need Beware on the team. We only needed 31 corn and we have 119. So we're pretty close to triple the amount that we needed. So we're really set there. And then ginger, 120, again, very close to triple the amount we needed. So we're set on ginger and corn and sausage. The only thing we're lacking is the fiery herbs. And in all honesty, we can get that from some of these fire types. So we can go ahead and swap out. Apparently I made breakfast just in time. Look at me being responsible. Before we do anything, let's go ahead and jump to production comparison. And let's see, while we're here, we can go ahead and check. I think we also caught a Cyndaquil yesterday that I didn't put in the box, and I don't remember why. 61% is what the old Quilava was. So let's go ahead and throw Quilava in comparison first. There's Quilava. We can put in that new Cyndaquil, which is the level 14. And then we've got this level 13 Cyndaquil. Why did I not save you? Oh, that's why. Yeah. Yeah. This one, I just need to send to the professor. I remember now. This one was just okay, and honestly, I don't think it's going to do better than either of the others. So let's go ahead and expand all. We'll just look at these first two. Let's say hypothetically we can get to 30 and a Typhlosion. And we'll do the same for you. Typhlosion, level 30. I forgot both of them. Let's set them. We're not going to collect. Yeah, almost the same amount of production. About 215-ish shy per day from berries alone. 122 berries versus 118 berries for the old versus the new. Frequency is a bit shorter here. Or a bit longer here, I mean, on the new Cyndaquil, but I feel like this is actually a tough call. I kind of feel like this is the way to go simply because of that sleep XP bonus. Honestly, I'm going to put this one on the team for now anyway. Even if we end up investing in this other one, I'm going to put this one on the team just for that Sleep XP bonus multiplier. Because that will really help Flareon. Because every little bit of extra XP we can get right now is going to help Flareon. It will also help the Charmander and the Cyndaquil, having both Sleep XP bonus. But yeah, skill level up, inventory up S, skill trigger. The fact that this one is ingredient finding down really makes me think this is the better way to go. Skill trigger, and inventory up. Maybe with a sub-skill. Maybe a sub-skill seed is what we need. Let's see. Hypothetically, let's just do helping speed M on both. Let's see what that turns into. 132 and 128. Still, oh, the gap did widen just a little bit. So that's 235. Yeah, 235. So the gap widened by about 20 strength per day, which honestly is such a small number. It's not at all going to make a difference in the rank by the end of the week. But that sleep XP bonus does feel, for some reason to me, that sleep XP bonus feels like it is very valuable. And maybe it's just because I need sleep or I need XP right now. Maybe that's why. I don't know. I'm gonna think on it. You guys let me know in the comments below what you think about these two compared to each other. I know that just in terms of raw strength, the old Quilava does outperform the new Cyndaquil, but I really feel like this sleep XP is very valuable, and I feel like the ingredient finding down, when you get into the just random rolls, or the way that random nature works, when you come to the rolls of what they pick up, this ingredient finder may in practice actually hinder us more than what this calculation is showing, and maybe this ingredient finding down is more valuable in practice than what the just average nature, or not nature, but the average strength is showing here in the production comparison. That's another thing that we kind of need to think about, is that the calculator doesn't show us practicality. It shows us the average. So I don't know. I do not know. Let me know in the comments below what you think about it. I'm going to have a think on it too. And then we'll just kind of see how things go. But like I said, for now, we are going to have the Cyndaquil on the team for the extra XP. And also, we do need to get a Vulpix on the team. And I think this was the one. Field Trigger M, Helping Speed S. I believe this was the one I was thinking about, because that skill trigger will help. It was either that one or this one. Helping Speed and Inventory up L. Yeah, I'm thinking it was the 55 that I was gonna put on the team, simply because I like the main skill chance, just to give us a little bit of extra energy throughout the day. I really need to go through these. Yeah, I think it was this one, because we had the skill trigger and the helping speed. So I think this was actually a really good one. Plus we get a little bit of extra corn on top of that if we get it to level 30. Doubt we'll get it to level 30 because we don't have a lot of candies, but for now, this one's going on the team. And yeah, we've got 2 berry gatherers now, so we'll see how that goes. And then the recipes and dishes, we're just kind of making the same for the rest of the week. Just kind of chilling, keeping our rank on the low side so that we can keep the spawns constrained to hopefully more of the fire types, if I can get snoozing type sleep. So that'll be pretty interesting to see how this week goes. This is the first time I've really done something like this, where I've purposefully just not made full dishes and just seen how things go. I have had weeks where I've tried to keep it low, but I still made full meals. So this is a bit different. It feels weird, but it's also nice to just kind of take a chill week before we get into all the fun of the Entei research. So that will be interesting when we do get to the Entei research. But speaking of Entei research, we do have, because of the update, we do have the details for Entei, and we're going to be going over that now. So if you don't want to be spoiled on the Entei details, then go ahead and we'll see you tomorrow. Y'all have a wonderful time. But if you do want to know the secrets of Entei, we're going to go ahead and go over that right now. So let's jump into it. Of course, Entei is a legendary Pokemon, and it is also for sure a snoozing type, because of course it is. It's a fire type. A lot of fire types seem to fall under snoozing. It is a skill specialist, just like Raikou. The helper boost gonna be the exact same helper boost, but with fire instead of electric. So I forget if it's helper boost fire or fire helper boost. I forget exactly how they word it, but It does get you instantly gets you, and then all this math, whatever the number is for every Pokemon on your team based on how many individual fire type species are on your team. So the math works out to where it's actually a very helpful skill. It's just complicated. So let's see. If it's at level 3, then you get ×3. And if you have three other, or no, Entei does count as 1. So if you have 3 in a unique fire species on your team as well, you get another +1. So you get ×4, right? Yes, ×4, the usual help from all Pokemon on the team, which means that every Pokemon will get 4 rolls, and they can either gather berries or ingredients. Each roll is unique, but they'll get 4 separate rolls based on their stats and tables. So it's actually very helpful, and the more fire types you have on your team, the more helpful it is. I think you can get all the way up to, let's see, 5 species. You can get 11. You can get up to 11. So yeah, if you have a level 6 main skill and you have 5 unique fire species on your team, you can get ×11 rolls, which is very good. The ingredient rate, again, this is not for certain. I like that they have changed this to go back and forth between like, hey, it's unsettled, but we think it's going to be around this. So 20% and 2% skill trigger rate. Again, unsettled, could change. Usually it doesn't change by too much, but just know that it can change and it's not set in stone. Also, like Raikou, Entei has 30 friendship points for you to be able to take it home. We are also going to get all of our first Entei is going to be exactly the same. So again, highly suggest that you use the Master Biscuit to get that first one out of the way. It's probably not going to be any good if it's anything like the Raikou. I think it only ended up being like a PR of 40 or something, which can be usable if you have some sub-skill seeds to invest in it. But given that Entei doesn't evolve, we really want to find one that has skill level up M, at least possibly skill level up S as well. So there is that to consider, but personally, I recommend use the Master Biscuit. Get the first one out of the way so that you can hunt a better one, because the first one is just going to be just kind of okay. It does seem to have a base frequency of 40 minutes, which is about right. Has a base carry limit of 19. You'll get 822 research XP for finding just the first the 1-star sleep style, 4,813 dream shards for that same sleep style, and every Entei you transfer to the professor will give you 25 candies. Again, we don't know what the ingredients are. We never know what they are until we actually get access to Entei and people start reporting it. But as far as where you can find Entei, we can find it on Greengrass Isle and Taupe Hollow. For the 1-star sleep on Greengrass Isle, it is Master 10, and you need 43,700,000 drowsy power to be able to see it. For the 2-star, it's Master 14 and 116 million, essentially, drowsy power. And for the 3-star, you need to be Master 20, and we don't yet know the drowsy power requirement for that 3-star sleep. For Taupe Hollow, it's going to be the same amount of drowsy power requirement for each sleep style, but for 1-star, you need Master 6, 2-star Master 10, and 3-star Master 16. So, we can find it pretty easily, and it does. This is weird that it's showing that we get Raikou main for finding it. I wonder why it shows Raikou main. Is that what we would have gotten if we had found it during the Raikou research and they just have it there for if the Raikou research pops back up? Hey, just so you know, if we get like in a year's time, we get the Raikou research again, that's how many you're going to get if you find Entei. That's my assumption that that's what that is, but I was just not expecting to see Raikou main there. Anyway, you will get a bunch of Entei main if you find any Entei. Same with Raikou. Raikou dropped a bunch of Raikou main. Makes sense. You'd get more when you see the actual Pokemon itself. So we are going to get quite a bit. I'm sure that we're going to have some missions that will give us Raikou mains and incense as well. So you can force a an Entei encounter to get this nice little chunk of Raikou, now I'm stuck on saying Raikou, Entei main. But yeah, that is the stats for Entei. Looking pretty good. Also looking very similar to Raikou. A little bit slower than Raikou, which makes sense. Electric types usually faster, especially in this game. So all that makes sense, and it all sounds pretty good. Gonna be looking forward to getting this Entei on my team, particularly with the fire team that we have developed. I really hope the Dragonair can finally bring in the herbs that we need, because I would like to go ahead and swap it out for the Arcanine that we have. I would like to get some more XP on it, particularly because people don't usually send out the Growlithe candies, so I don't have a whole lot to invest in it. But it also is the least important to invest in, because once we do catch a decent Entei, Arcanine will be put back on the bench, because Entei's helper skill is pretty much the exact same, but 5 times better, essentially. So that's good. But as far as the Entei missions, we do have those available, at least Entei 1. I don't know if Entei 2 missions are available. But for the first week, we get Snorlax to Basic 2, get 15 Entei mains. Ultra 1, 25 mains. Ultra 4, 40 mains. Give out 15 biscuits, we get 50 mains. Use 7 incense, so make sure you've got your incense, especially those fire types. They'll be really good to have. And speaking of, what do we get for Master 3 this week? While that loads, we can go ahead and stick to our bedtime for 3 times to get 50 Entei mains. We get a Cyndaquil incense for Master 3. Maybe I need to change my mind. Maybe I need to start working on Master 3. I really didn't even look at it because we were trying to take it easy. But those are going to be the first week's missions. Should be pretty easy to do. Looks like, yes, we do have the other missions. Entei week 2, it's going to be Ultra 5. Get to Ultra 5. We're going to get 15 Entei mains. So the fact that Ultra 5 is the first mission, they are probably going to start us at, I forget exactly what it was they started us at, but it's probably Ultra 2, if I remember correctly, maybe Ultra 1 for the second week. So if we get to Ultra 5, 15 Entei mains, get to Master 2, 25 mains, Master 5, 40 mains, use 100 candies, we're going to get 50 mains, go to bed on time 3 times again, get 50 mains, cook 12 times, another 50 mains. So all pretty simple missions. There shouldn't be any trouble getting most of them. Some of the newer players may have a little bit of trouble getting to Master 5 on week 2, but it shouldn't be too difficult. Especially given all the bonuses that we're going to have. It doesn't look like the Entei shop details are available just yet. So yeah, we do have the missions. We have Entei stats. They all look pretty good. Should be a pretty easy research event. Should be a pretty fun research event. And I'm really hoping that we can get a good Entei, because a good Entei can be useful at Taup. Been doing good to say it right. A good Entei can do really well on Taupe Hollow. Whenever you're here, it would be very nice to have one right now while we hunt for other fire types, but we're not there yet. But there's always next time. Anyway, before I ramble on for another 45 minutes, that is all I have got for today. So thank you for watching the video. I hope you found it informative. Y'all have a wonderful day, and until next time, later, dudes. Good morning, everyone, and welcome back. We're on day 3 here on Taupe Hollow, trying to find us some more fire types. We're just also trying to grind out some levels and get this XP. And as you can see, we got a 0.28 multiplier, or a 28% multiplier. Yeah, that's the word. 28% multiplier. So we are getting 128 XP every day that I actually get a full amount of sleep, which will add up over time. So that's kind of nice. We're also going to get 5,360 sneaky snacking. Cyndaquil putting in a lot of work. I've left Cyndaquil's inventory full just for now, just to get us up to a decent rank. I'll start collecting from it a little bit later on, but given that its main skill is only level 1, it's not going to be super helpful. I think we'll actually get better strength by not collecting than we will from the skill triggers. Admittedly, few skill triggers that we're going to get per day from it. But we're also going to get 100 sleep points, which puts us at 5,000 or 4,524. And then for our daily lottery, a biscuit would be very nice. We have spent ooh, 2 biscuits. Not just 1, but 2. Very nice. I like that. All right, well, let's jump into this sleep report, and hopefully we don't get tempted to spend those 2 biscuits, because that would just be the worst. But hopefully we can get something good. Hopefully we got snoozing type. If we didn't get snoozing type, I don't really think there's much that we want to spend any biscuits on anyway. Maybe Onyx, but that would be slumbering type. Wow, just barely got enough. 8 hours, 29 minutes of sleep. Barely got that 100. That's 9% dozing, 54% snoozing, and 37% slumbering. Ooh, it's a balance type. Oh, okay. Well, we could see anything then. So hopefully we break 10 million. That would be nice. Not gonna break 10 million. 7.4. It does only give us 5 spawns, but with the balance type, that does mean that Vulpix is still on the table. And Cyndaquil. But we got a Diglett. What else did we find? Diglett, I'm not super worried about a Diglett. We've got 2 decent ones. Nothing really fantastic today. So we got a Geodude, a Graveler, Eradicate, Diglett, and a Cubone. Trying to think if any of those are something that we just need, and I don't believe they are. And nobody's hungry. Yeah, I mean, a better Eradicate would be nice, but I also don't want to catch Eradicate. I'd rather catch a Rattata. I really don't know. I think maybe the Geodude is what we go for, to be honest with you. Yeah, I'm just gonna feed the Geodude the bonus biscuit and be done with it. So we're definitely not spending. Well, we did catch something I didn't think we were going to, but we're definitely not spending the 2 biscuits we just got. Go ahead and wrap that up there. Nothing else that showed up today is really all that pressing for us to catch. That's a good question. What candy do we send out? I feel like, you know what? Yeah, let's send out the Cubone candy. It's a pretty decent berry gatherer for Topalo. And we've got 287 research XP and 659 dream shards. All right, and now Geodude, level 13 in Modest. It is an ingredient specialist, and we've got soybean, potato, soybean. Not quite what we want to see. Yeah, not quite what we want to see, but it's not bad. It could be okay depending on the sub skills. Let's see, ingredient finder, helping speed. That's a good start. Inventory up, also good. Skill trigger, not so much, not really relevant. Sleep XP bonus is good capstone ability, but modest nature, speed of help down. Yeah, this is definitely going straight to the professor. The funny thing is, if it wasn't speed of help down, it would be pretty good. This would actually be very good. That speed of help down is going to tank the rating on this. Let's make sure. Yep, cooking is turned off. Just rate it on a neutral basis. No dishes in particular. Oh, apparently I was wrong. Apparently speed of help down does not tank Geodude as much as I thought it would. Hour and 42 minute base frequency is kind of rough. The wild part is it's already PR 90. Hold on, how is this a PR 90 with only ingredient finder S and helping speed S? That's wild. I would not have expected that. I would have thought somewhere closer to 50 or 60. Yeah, level 75, PR of 89 so far. And that's with just a bunch of white skills. With no sub-skill seed investment. 2 sub-skill seeds just to give it ingredient finder M and helping speed M would really take this. Oh, well, you know, now that I think about it, yeah. That helping speed S is counterbalancing some of the downside of the nature. So it's not a perfect balance, but it evens it out a little bit. Helping speed M would help even more. I'm very surprised this is this highly rated. Maybe, yeah, all the way down to 68 at level 100, which I mean, honestly, at that point, I don't care. Sleep XP bonus is a good capstone ability, so I'm not worried about that. But this one's not bad. It's not bad, but it's just kind of the same as our shiny one. Let's see. So yeah, there's our shiny one, which has helping bonus. Inventory up M, speed of help up. It's a similar rating to our shiny one, but our shiny one doesn't have any ingredient finding. It is the same ingredient spread though. I'm gonna hold on to this. Something's telling me to hold on to it. I was gonna get rid of it because of that nature, but now I'm second guessing it. And I don't know why, but I'm gonna hold on to it for now. That's very surprising. Ingredient finder M. You know what? Let's see. Let's go ingredient count B. How many potatoes are we gonna get? Because really, that's all we care for. You know what? Maybe we are gonna get rid of this. Because really all we care about is those potatoes, and at level 60 we unlock soybeans again, so this isn't a long-term investment anyway. Yeah, it is going to drop at level 60 because the soybeans. Yeah, I have a lot of emotions about this one, back and forth. I don't know. I'm gonna think about this one some more. Yeah, I'm gonna move on. I'm gonna think about this one some more. PR of 80 at level 75, which makes sense. It's skill trigger, not ingredient finding. Yeah, we're gonna move on. We're gonna move on. That's a decent Geodude. I'm gonna hold on to it. I'm gonna think about it. I don't know what I want to do with that. That's a weird situation. Anyway, let's move on. I don't believe there's any new news today. No, there is no new news, no new medals, but there are new community reports. And we've got about 39 of them, not 40. I was about to say 40 something. With 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 that doubled up. 15 out of 40 is actually pretty good odds. That's pretty good odds. So I will definitely take that. I feel like 15 is about what we normally get, and with fewer reports still getting 15, it's pretty good. Pretty good. But let's see how our little helpers did. Have not yet gotten a single skill trigger from Vulpix. Not one. So I don't know what to think about that. Cyndaquil's inventory is full. It's a bunch of herbs. Our ingredient space is getting full. That's what I was trying to say. Our ingredient space is getting full. So we're gonna have to take a look at what we got. For now, we're going to make... What are we gonna make? We might do the immunity leak salad again. I don't think we have enough to make anything else. I mean, we could make the bean ham salad. We have Charmander on the team still bringing in sausage, and we have all the sausage we need. Yeah, we could do that and save the leeks, since the leeks are in fact actually, you know what, let me hold off. Let's not put that milk in there. We'll get one more milk and we can make the, I forget what it's called, the cheesy. Oh wait, no, I'm thinking of the curry. Never mind, we can throw all this milk in there. We don't have to worry about that. We can throw all the milk, all the cocoa, the tomatoes, and the soybeans. Nope, wait, do we need the soybeans for one of the new recipes? We do. Hold on to the soybeans. Don't spend those. I don't even know, how did I even get soybeans? Whatever, doesn't matter. 94 herbs and we need 133, so we are getting closer. but it also feels like we're not getting the 50 herbs per day that we were expecting. So not sure what's going on with that. I've just had the worst RNG when it comes to Dragonair, I guess. But we can go ahead and make this bean ham salad. It's not going to get us much, about 4,141, which is a level up on the bean ham salad. Kind of surprising. And that, is that going to put us at a new rank? I don't think it will. Oh, it might. Maybe. No, it won't. No, we are grade 2. We will probably be, what is that, grade 4? We might be close to grade 4 by the end of the day. And like I said, I'm really just trying to get to a point where we have a few more spawns on the board. Not necessarily a full 8, but 6 or 7 would be nice. We have 5 already. So if we can get to 6 or 7, I think we'll be doing all right. That'll give us a little more chances of finding what we're looking for. We did make it to grade 2, so we do get 1,370. Did I not collect that? I didn't. 1,370 dream shards. Go ahead and claim. There we go. And then let's check in with the team to see how it's going. The only thing we're missing for the curry is the fiery herbs, which we should definitely have by the end of the week. If we don't, then something is very, very wrong. But the team is actually looking pretty good so far. Level 15, 198 to go, and we're getting 128 every time we sleep. So we're actually doing pretty good. That 128 over 1 week is not going to make the biggest difference, but it will help. It will make a couple of levels difference. So it'll definitely add up over time. Very concerned that I have not gotten a single skill trigger with this Vulpix that has skill trigger M. So that's a bit weird. I really don't know what to think about that. Let's see. The expected amount of skill triggers is 1 per day. So, I mean, I guess that makes sense. 1 per day is expected. That does mean that with bad RNG, you don't get a single one in a day. If I don't get another one today, then maybe it's panic time. But for now, the team's looking all right. The Vulpix is the only concern, really. And then still just trying to decide which of the Cyndaquils is the right one to go with. I think I'm getting closer to an answer, but I'm just not quite there yet. So, I don't know. We're just going to have to see how it goes. But that is going to be it for me today. A kind of a chill day compared to what we've had over the last seemingly 2-3 weeks, which has been non-stop constant news and always something big happening. But today was just a very chill and relaxed day. So I hope you enjoyed this kind of more laid back video. And if you did, make sure to hit that like button. But yeah, y'all have a wonderful day. And until next time, later, dudes. Good morning, everyone, and welcome back. We're on day 4 here on Taupe Hollow, trying to grab us some fire types. We're going to start off today with 1 recovery incense and a dark screen because I closed the game a little too late. But we're also going to get 12,540 sneaky snacking, which is very good. That's going to put us at, I think this is grade 4 or 5. Grade 4. Very nice. Grade 4, and we also, this is taking forever, let's go, are going to pick up 100 sleep points. There we go, we're finally through, which puts us at 4,624. And for our daily lottery, which, why was there a notification here? Is it just because the normal bundles refreshed? That was weird. I'm guessing... I don't know. There's a notification on the general store. Not sure what that was about, but I did get a small dream cluster for the daily lottery. I'm guessing maybe the bundles went away or these bundles here refreshed. Not sure. I'm going to assume it's one of those. But let's go ahead and jump into this sleep report and hopefully get a snoozing type. That would be very nice. Because we do want Vulpix and a Cyndaquil. We need some better ones, and they unfortunately only show on snoozing because all of the fire types apparently are snoozing. It does look pretty good. I don't know, that's a lot of dozing though. Maybe 12% dozing, 54% snoozing, and 34% slumbering. Let's see. That's a balance type, so snoozing is still counted in there. So at least we have a chance. The question is, can we finally break 10 million? Yes, we did. Okay, good. Which means we have 6 spawns. 6 is a decent number. 7 would be better. 8 would be even better, but we're not going to get anywhere close to 8. But with 6 spawns, I do see a little bitty Larvitar down there. Just barely see the ridges of its tail poking up. What is that, an Ekans? Oh, a Rattata. Maybe? I don't know. It could be an Ekans or a Rattata. Nothing new today. We've got Geodude, Ghastly, Ekans, Rattata, Larvitar, and Igglybuff. So none of them are what we were looking for, which that's unfortunate. And nobody's hungry either. Larvitar's not hungry. It was the Rattata that I saw. Everyone's completely empty. We do have 2 really good Tyranitar. Well, one of them isn't going to be a Tyranitar. One's going to stay Pupitar. We do have 2 really good ones already. Ekans, we do need a better one. This is actually an interesting decision. We could use a better Gengar, but I feel like we've mostly gotten away from the things that Gengar offers. At least for now. Until we get a Ghost type island, I don't think we really are in a big need for a really good Gengar, even though we already have one. You know what? I'm just gonna feed the Larvitar. That just seems like the right idea. +3, no big hit today, so we don't get to take it home. And yeah, we're not gonna feed anything else. There's no point in using biscuits on anything unless we need it immediately. And none of these Pokemon do we need immediately. But we will send out the Larvitar candy to help everybody get their Tyranitar, because it is very useful. Very, very useful. 576 research XP, barely moved the needle, and 854 dream shards. Very nice. Okay. And with that, there is no new news, no new medals, but we do have new community reports. It's a very chill day today so far. 45 reports. There we go. Very nice. That's what I like to see, with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 that doubled up. Very good. Solid 33%. I will take that very happily. No level ups, which again, not really surprising. We do have a lot of level 5 friends, so not too many people that even could level up. I will be very happy when we get to where we can get our friends to level 10. But let's go ahead and collect these ingredients from our little helpers. There we go. That's what I need to see. There we go. 14 herbs. I'm not going to click on Cyndaquil because definitely not going to have a skill trigger, but we do get one from Flareon. That's probably like the 4th or 5th one. And then finally, Vulpix did get a skill trigger one time yesterday, and it went to Flareon, the most useful one that it could have gone to, you know? But honestly, it's not that bad. No skill trigger from Vulpix yet today. That's okay. We will continue to stock up those soybeans, which that's where they were coming from, was from that Vulpix I found out later after I recorded yesterday's video. So we will continue to stock up those soybeans because that is going to be useful for a new recipe. Let me see, which recipe was that? It was the Ninja Salad. We need 15 leeks, 15 soybeans, 12 mushrooms, and 11 ginger. So we may swap a Gengar in just for a day, just to get those mushrooms and make that recipe. Because we should, yeah, we're pretty close to being able to make it. So yeah, we'll probably do that. Swap in a Gengar, make that salad, get some more diamonds. Doesn't seem like a bad idea. And while we're at it, get a little bit of extra berry strength because Gengar is very good about bringing in berries. We are going to use the immunity leek salad. We're not going to use those soybeans, but we will throw in this cocoa and any milk that we have. And the rest we're just going to hold on to for now. We no longer have the leeks that we need to make immunity leek salad anymore the rest of the week, so we're gonna have to come up with something else. 6,385 from this immunity leek salad, and that is probably not going to be enough to put us to grade 5, but I don't remember where we left off. Where was that? Well, I guess we're not going to find out. Just gonna have to wait and see. Not enough. Definitely not enough. Another 456 sneaky snacking. All right, cool. We've got some missions done. What mission did I even do? Oh, 374 Snorlax's favorite berries for 3 small handy candies. Yes, please. Those will definitely be very useful. I don't know for who, but I'm sure we will find a use for them somewhere. And for now, let's see. The team is still doing pretty good. Not really any major changes, which makes sense because nobody is getting enough XP to really level up all that quickly. It's just only going to be, like I said before the other day, a level or 2 at most is what they'll get before the Entei event. We will on Sunday do a big investment on the final Pokemon that we're going to have on the Entei team. I also don't want to make an investment on anybody right now. Flareon's the only exception, simply because we might find a better one while we're here this week. So we've just got to wait and see. Also, why have I not renamed that Cyndaquil yet? I need to get on that. What am I doing? But yeah, team's looking pretty healthy. I'm happy with how things are going this week. It's, like I said, it's a bit slower this week, but we're doing that intentionally to kind of narrow the spawns so that if we ever do get snoozing, instead of balanced, which somehow I think I got balanced yesterday too. Somehow we've gotten balanced twice in a row, or at least twice this week, which is very strange for me. I normally never see balanced, you know, very, very rarely. And then to get it twice in 1 week is super weird. But if we could actually get snoozing, I think we have a pretty good chance of finding the fire types we want with the fact that we're keeping the rank so low and the drowsy power so low. It's just an interesting balance between maximizing spawns without raising the drowsy power too high to crowd out those spawns with other new spawns. So, or potential spawns with different Pokemon that could show up. It's a balancing act, but I think we're doing all right. The problem is we're just not getting snoozing. But if we could do that, I think we'll be set. Outside of that, there's not really much else for us to do today. Kind of a slow, chill day. Not a lot going on. We're just kind of seeing how things go and letting that XP slowly trickle in. The only thing we're really doing this week is looking for more fire types. So we're just going to leave it there. I'm not going to try to pad out this episode if it doesn't need to be. There's no point, you know? We ain't got nothing to talk about. I'll let you go ahead and enjoy the rest of your day. But that's going to be all for me. Y'all have a wonderful day, and until next time, later, dudes. Good morning, everyone, and welcome back. We are on day, what is this, day 5 here on Topalo, trying to catch us some good fire types. Really looking for a nice Cyndaquil or a Vulpix. Either one would be fantastic. But we are going to start off with 9,162 sneaky snacking. Everybody putting in a little bit of work there, and another 20 diamonds to go along with our going to bed on time. And then we've got 100 sleep points, which puts us at 4,724 total. And our daily lottery is gonna be a small ingredient ticket. Very nice, very good. Not gonna need that anytime soon, but it will pay off to have them on hand. But let's go ahead and jump into this sleep report and see if we did get the snoozing type so that we can find that Vulpix and Cyndaquil, because it seems like we've been getting balanced too much lately. So I'm really hoping 10 hours and 1 minute. I went to bed early. I didn't realize I went to bed that early. Looks very balanced to me, but it's probably going to be slumbering. Watch this. 5% dozing, 50% snoozing, and 45% slumbering. Oh, you had more slumbering. Yeah. You had 9% more slumbering than usual. All right, well, that means that Onyx is on the table, I think. The 1-star Onyx. Now I'm drawing a blank. When does the 1-star Onyx show up? I think it's like grade 4, so Onyx should be a possibility. We've got 6 spawns, so we do have the potential for something interesting. Nothing is nearby. Let's see what we got. We've got a Wobbuffet. Ooh, a Pupitar. That could be interesting. No. That's really good for some candy. We've got a Wynot, a Riolu, a Togepi, a Geodude, a Wynot, 2 Wynots, a Pupitar. Yeah, nothing really too great. Did we feed the Geodude yesterday? I think we did. I forget who we fed yesterday. Anybody hungry? No one's hungry again. We're getting very unlucky with this. Pupitar already has 1 biscuit. I don't know why I fed him 1 biscuit. It wasn't the Geodude I fed yesterday. I don't remember who it was. Honestly, none of these are really all that great. Oh yeah, I didn't feed the Geodude. I was mixing it up with the one I caught a couple days ago. Yeah, none of these are really that fantastic. Riolu, I don't even know if we have a decent Riolu right now, but it's Dream Shard Magnet, so why not? Man, nothing is really all that interesting. We already have 2 pretty good Geodude line Pokemon. We have the really good Graveler, the shiny one. We have a decent Golem, and we caught that good Geodude the other day, so I think we're set on Geodude. Togepi, we've got 2 decent Togepi line. Why not? We've got a pretty good one. I think we have a 90-something Wobbuffet, so not really worried about that. Riolu, we have a okay one, I think. You know what? I think I'm just gonna feed the Pupitar. Maybe it'll be a big hit, and who knows, but I think the Larvitar candy is probably gonna be the best thing we could get out of this research. Not a big hit, but we can just feed it a little bit over time if we have nothing else and not worry about it. We have 2 really good Larvitar lines. Like, we have a very good, I think like 94 or something PR Pupitar, and then like a 90 Larvitar. So we're not really dying. We're not really dying for any of these, honestly. None of these are really super high priorities. But we will send out some Larvitar candy to help other people out. Definitely gonna send out that rare candy. Well, that candy that is rare, not rare candies. Those are different things. We've got 759 research XP and 1,136 dream shards. At least we got a decent amount of dream shards out of it, though. That's good. We do need those after last week and before the end of this week, because we're gonna use a lot. But let's just go ahead and move on. We've got no new news, no new medals, but we do have some community reports. Are we gonna get 48? Ooh, very good. Let's see, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 that doubled up. Very good. Very, very good. That beautiful shiny Onyx there. Appreciate that. Showing off. Look at you. But all right, let's go ahead and grab these ingredients. What have we collected? Well, we may not be able to grab ingredients, honestly. Ran into a problem last night right before bed. I did make a small dinner just to clear out some space, but we are completely full on our ingredient pouch. So that's not good. But I'm thinking that if we really want to start off strong for next week, I'm thinking we start building up some berries and stuff. And I think the way that we do that, skill trigger, ooh, those mushrooms will help. The rest of it, not so much. Yeah, 600. Okay, so let's do a thing. I don't know why. Yeah, just for the main skill trigger, whatever. We'll get that out of the way. Let's go ahead and make a breakfast. Let's see what we can do. I want to make the other salad that we haven't made yet. Well, one of the other two that we haven't made yet. But we don't have what we need because we need the mushrooms. Other than the mushrooms, we have everything we need. How many soybeans do we have? 15, which is exactly what we need. Vulpix is a... yeah, Vulpix is a berry specialist, so we may not get those back. Yeah, I don't think I want to make that. Not right now. Maybe later. For now, let's make this. We do have an abundance of sausage, and we're going to get plenty more. Yeah, I'm pretty sure 152 is how much I had when I made dinner last night, and I made the bean ham salad. So, let's see. Let's go ahead and throw in all this extra stuff that we do not need outside of the tails and the soybeans. We will need the soybeans for the other recipe. We need the mushroom. Uh-oh, I might have messed up. I might have messed up. Did I mess up? Let me see. No, I didn't. All right, we're good. I was mixing up the recipes. I thought I'd used too many leeks, but no, we're fine. The leeks, you know what? I might actually use these apples too, because we're not getting any apples for the fancy apple salad, so that won't help. And then maybe we throw these leeks in there too, just to create a little bit of extra room. Yeah, the tails, I think, are the one thing we're not gonna use, just because those are so hard to come by. Most of the tails that I get are from ingredient magnets. Kind of a similar story with leeks, but leeks I feel like are still easier to come across than tails for me. So yeah, this is the breakfast we're gonna make. We're not gonna add any more. We want to save what we have. Cool. Bean ham salad, 4,459. Not enough to level up, but that's all right. We're not really worried about leveling it up. This is just something that'll help us along the way whenever we finally get to the point where we're trying to get every recipe to max level. That's the way we can look at it, is that this is just helping us get every recipe to max level by making these lower level dishes that we wouldn't normally care about. So you've got one sausage already, a couple soybeans. Cool. Okay, so let's go and double check. We should have everything we need. I think we are golden for next week on ingredients. So we needed 133 fiery herbs. We have 162. We needed 130 sausage. We have 145. We needed 45 ginger. We have 118. And we needed 31 corn. And we have 121. Honestly, we could stand to get rid of a little bit of ginger and corn to make more room for herbs and sausage. But we have everything we need. We are set. We should be able to make Inferno Keema Curry every recipe or every meal all next week. Now, week 2, I don't know how that's going to go, but week 1, we should be able to do it. And so that means that we can now, yeah, I think we're going to do a thing. The question is, who is the best candidate to swap out? And I'm thinking it's our Dragonair. Because Dragonair is already where it needs to be. Any more levels on Dragonair is just nice to have, but not required. Dragonair is already at the level that it needs to be to support our meals next week. We don't have to worry about it. So what I'm thinking is we swap out, we get a full fire team, and we put this guy on the team. Yeah. I think this is the right play. We still get a few herbs from it, but what we can do, and the reason we do this, I say we no longer collect from anyone for the rest of the week. We may not even make meals the rest of the week outside of just little small mixed salads to get rid of these extra ingredients that we have, like the cocoa and milk. We are going to make at least one more. Oh, that's right. Yep. You know what? I just realized there's one last thing I need to do before I do this. I need to, where are you at? We need to put you on the team because we need those mushrooms to make that one meal. So we're going to put Gengar on the team for today. As soon as Gengar gets all of the mushrooms that we need to make that meal, which we need... Hold on. It's not even mushrooms we need. What am I doing? I am losing my mind, is what I'm doing. We need sausage, ginger, eggs, and potatoes. What am I doing? Yeah, the mushrooms was the ninja salad. That's not the one I'm trying to make. I'm trying to make the superpower salad. Ya silly. Ya bigga silly. I keep mixing these two recipes up. So we need Delibird on the team. Delibird, for a brief moment, just long enough to get 5 eggs, which shouldn't take too long. Now that I've said that, I'm not gonna get them all day. Watch. I'm gonna report to you tomorrow and be like, well guys, we didn't quite get the eggs we wanted. So, you know, we gotta keep Delibird on the team a little bit longer. But we're gonna keep Delibird on the team. Hopefully he gets the eggs quickly. As soon as Delibird gets the eggs, we'll swap in Victory Bell to get the 3 potatoes we need. And then we'll swap in Arcanine. And then that will be our team for the rest of the week. Probably, I think at this point, I'm just not going to collect from anybody other than Delibird just to try to get those eggs. Same with Victory Bell. Not going to collect from anybody else except Victory Bell for those potatoes. Let everybody else start building up sneaky snacking. And then once we get... Oh man, it's all coming together now. Once we get this last recipe made, the Superpower Extreme Salad, which is not the last salad we need to make, but one of the last 2. Once we make that, then I don't know if this would help us or hurt us, but we could then start to collect only from Flareon and start building up skill triggers. And maybe end up with like 150 ingredients or something for our very first meal of the week. I would like to put Dedenne on the team and buff up our extra tasty chances, but unfortunately that doesn't carry over from one week to the next. But yeah, I think that's a plan. I think we get the ingredients we need for the superpower salad. We make that, and then we have Arcanine on the team to overflow everybody's inventory with extra berries and ingredients. And that may help us with making a very huge meal first thing next week. And then try to get Flareon skill triggers to have 150 or 200 ingredient first meal. I think if we could do that, we'll be pretty set. I think that'll really give us a huge boost for the first week of the Entei research. So things are looking really nice right now. This is probably the best spot I've been in coming into an event, and I kind of wish I'd have done this for the Raikou. Don't know if I would have had the Pokemon of the team together to make this happen for Raikou event, but I wish I had done this for Raikou. So we'll probably be doing this for Suicune as well, depending on how it actually plays out next week, but of course we won't know that until next week. So yeah, things are looking really good. I'm happy with where we're at. That's the plan for now for the rest of the week. And yeah, that is all I've got for today. So thank you for watching the video. Let me know in the comments below what exactly your plan is. How are you prepping for Entei? I know a few of you have told me before what you're doing, and some of you have some similar strategies, but I'd like to get everybody to let me know what they're doing, just so we can kind of get a different perspective and different views on how people are approaching the event. But yeah, that's all I've got for today. Thank you for watching. Y'all have a wonderful day, and until next time, later, dudes. Good morning, everyone, and welcome back. We're on day 6 here on Topalo, looking for some fire types, specifically a Vulpix or Cyndaquil if we could find them. We're also going to start off with 10,938 sneaky snacking, which is thanks to the fact that I am no longer collecting from anybody except for Flareon just to get those pot space triggers. Outside of, well, no, we are also collecting from Arcanine. Messed up there very quickly. We are collecting from Arcanine to try to get his helper boost triggers as well. But we're also going to get a small dream cluster for going to bed on time. I actually went to bed a little early last night, but still within that window. We're going to get 100 sleep points, and 4,824 is our new total. And for our daily lottery, we're going to grab, let's see, a small ingredient ticket. Very nice. All right. It's going to be good to have those stocked up whenever we do get to a point where we need them. But let's go ahead and jump into this sleep report and see if we get anything interesting. Very, very hopefully we'll get the snoozing type because we desperately need it. I don't think we've gotten snoozing type. No, we might have got it once this week, but I feel like once is the most that we've gotten it. 9 hours and 25 minutes of sleep with, that looks like a lot of dozing. 8% dozing, 49% snoozing, and 43% slumbering. That is also a decent amount of snoozing, but that's a lot of slumbering, and I think that's probably what we're going to end up getting. Yep, slumbering type again. Well, that ain't good. That does mean that Onyx is on the table, though, so that's a good thing. With 19 million. Yeah, just barely over 19 million. 19.059. Not bad at all. Still 6 spawns, 3 1-stars, 2 2-stars, and 1 3-star. Ooh, a top belly Larvitar. Very nice. Get us some decent candy for that. And let's see. What else do we have? Nothing really special. So I already know what I'm going to feed because we got a Riolu, a Why Not, Igglybuff, sorry, 2 Geodudes, and a Larvitar. I know exactly which one we're going to feed. Because only one of those is any kind of relevant to what we need. Of course, nobody's hungry. Where are you, buddy? Oh, well, perfect. We had already fed you once before. Now it's time to take you home. Get a little bit more Larvitar candy to go along with it. We get lucky and we don't get a critical hit when we don't need it, so that's good. We can go ahead and head on back to camp. And hopefully this one turns out all right. We've already got 2 that are actually really good, so we don't need it to be, but not gonna complain if it is pretty good. Will not complain at all. Let's see, we got 1,081 research XP and 1,928 dream shards, which we do desperately need. Desperately. And then as far as this Larvitar goes, let's see, we've got level 14 and Naughty. So we've got ginger, soybean, ginger. That's an okay mix, actually. It's not too bad. This might be, no, this isn't the long-term mix that we want. Ginger, ginger, and then soybean or sausage would be the better one. I forget which of these two is more complementary to ginger, but ginger, ginger, and then soybean or sausage would be the better choice, but still not too bad. Let's see, for our sub skills we have ingredient finder S, which is a good start. Skill trigger M, also very nice, because we do want the skill trigger to happen on Larvitar. Skill trigger S, it's a bit redundant, don't need it. Helping speed S is good, and energy recovery bonus is the capstone. That's okay. Could be a lot worse. I think Naughty might be neutral. No, Naughty has speed of help up and main skill chance down. So this is not the best. Funny enough, this might be the worst Larvitar that we've caught so far. Oh, actually starting off a lot higher than I thought. That speed of help really kicking in. The speed of help up nature, very nice, but we do see a steep drop off after 25. all the way down to 57 at level 60. Currently sitting at a PR of 74. This one's not bad, but again, we already have 2 that are in the 90s. So this, unless this one is equally as good, which it's almost certainly not going to be at this point, we're not going to keep it. We already have a better soybean Pokemon in our first Golem. That one we don't have to invest in anymore because it's already invested and is a Golem. So there's no point in investing in this one just for soybeans, and that's all this would really be good for. And then as far as the ginger, we have the Pupitar, which is even better for ginger than this one will be. So this one's just a fun little experiment just to see how it turns out. It is very good. If I didn't have the other Pokemon, this would be a very good one worth keeping and investing in a little bit. I feel like 1 subskill seed on that ingredient finder would actually make this one very, very good. And then to top it off, the skill trigger S&M completely outbalance the main skill chance down from the nature, so you don't get as high of a skill trigger boost from the subskills, but you still get a positive boost in the end. And then another subskill at level 75 for helping speed M, and honestly, this is a very solid Larvitar if I didn't already have 2 that are already in the 90s. So while this is a nice one that under other circumstances I would keep and recommend investing in, especially if you catch one like this and you don't have one, this is a solid one worth keeping and investing in. But yeah, I don't need it, so we're just gonna send this one to the professor. Appreciate you coming along with us, buddy. Hope you go and have a great time with the professor, and we're gonna go ahead and move on. We're gonna check and see once the game finally loads. If we have any news. There is no new news. It feels weird saying that so many days in a row now. We do have new community reports though, and we've got about 40 of them. Nice. With 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 15 that doubled up out of 40. That's very good. Very good. More than a third. So very, very nice. All right, and with that out of the way, we can check and see. Probably not a skill trigger here. Nope. Somebody had candy. Who was it? Was it Charmander? Yes, Charmander has candy. I don't think anyone... Well, Cyndaquil definitely won't, but you two might have a skill trigger. There's one. So that's good. We will be collecting from you because we want to stack up the skill triggers on Flareon for Monday. And you, there we go. ×6 for himself. Well, that's the one that we don't actually want him to trigger on. And this is the problem. This is where I run into a dilemma of which do I want on the team? Do I want Arcanine on the team or do I want Raikou on the team? Mathematically, Arcanine produces more per day, but it's random who he picks. And if he picks himself, that's not good because we are trying to collect from himself to keep triggering those skills. But while Raikou triggers less times per day, it does affect the entire team. It still produces mathematically less than Arcanine should produce in a day, but it's more spread out. So there's no chance of it going to, say, Arcanine or Flareon, who we don't want to have a full inventory because we want to collect from them to get their skill triggers. So I'm not 100% sure who I want to put on the team. I kind of feel like having Raikou on the team is the better way to go because at least it's more spread out and we prevent the random generation of numbers screwing us over by picking Flareon and Arcanine. I'm kind of thinking that's the way to go. But I don't know. We are going to make a meal today, though. We have something to make. Something new to make. And we need... what is it? 5 ginger, I think, and a few sausage. Nope, that ain't it. Uh-oh, what was that recipe? I have done forgot. It was, let's see. Thought I had it memorized. Ah, 1 more sausage, 1 more ginger. There we go. I was 1 short on each of them. Let's go ahead and throw in these mushrooms, that extra milk, we don't need it. Some cocoa, we don't need it. Tomatoes, don't need it. We can throw in some soybeans. We can actually throw in all of these soybeans. We don't need them. Let's see. Is there anything else that we can and or want to get rid of? The slowpoke tails we could get rid of. I'm kind of thinking maybe we do get rid of them. Maybe not. I don't know. Nah, I'm gonna hold off. The slowpoke tails are so rare to come by. I have a hard time letting go of them. But we are gonna get a new recipe, so that's good. No extra tasty. I'm glad I didn't use those slowpoke tails. With 9,303 for the first time, we cooked the Super Power Extreme Salad. Very nice. Level 6, not bad at all. And that might push us to the next rank. 9,000, that's a decent amount here. No, definitely not. Definitely not. We're already at Ultra 2. For some reason in my head, we were still at Grade 5. So we are at Ultra 2. Okay, so we're at Ultra 2. We can collect these herbs. And I can collect these milk, but I think I'm going to trade them in for dream shards, honestly. This is a tough decision between Arcanine and Raikou. I'm really not sure which is the best way to go. They both have their pros and cons, but I'm starting to lean more towards Raikou being the right choice, because that means that we don't have to worry about the skill triggers going to the wrong Pokemon. At least we can build up the skill triggers on 3 of them every time it happens. Also, we only have a couple days left, so not going to build up much. But so far, yeah, I'm thinking this is the right way to go. I'm really thinking this is the right way to go. Yeah, this is it. This is it. Part of me wants to invest the subskill seed right now, but that 1 subskill seed only increases the frequency of the main skill trigger per day from like 1.19 times per day to 1.27, if I remember the numbers correctly. So just for 2 days, it's not really going to be worth it. Now, if we get a team, an Electric Island, and we want Raikou on the team for an entire week, it'll probably be worth it then to invest the subskill seed. But for now, probably not. Just for that little bit of an increase, I don't think it's worth it. You, however, it's almost time. It is almost time. How far can we get now that we've almost gotten through an entire week? Can we get to 50? Getting close. Ooh, we can. But another couple days, and that'll save us like 6 candies, I think. And it looks like we're low on dream shards, but we do have a bunch of clusters stocked up, so I'm not worried about that. We have plenty to level up. Pretty much everybody, I think. I don't think there's anybody we do have to worry about in terms of the dream shard cost. But we've got Raikou on the team now. Hopefully, if we could get 2 skill triggers a day and get really lucky, that would be fantastic. But at least 1 a day will do better than Arcanine has done. The 2 skill triggers Arcanine has given me so far went to himself and Flareon, the 2 least effective on the entire team. So if we get rid of that random element, which we have now, I think it's actually going to work out better for us. But we're just going to have to see how today and tomorrow goes. Other than that, that is all I've got for today. Just swapping out those 2, getting sleep research. Unfortunately, still no Vulpix or Cyndaquil. Maybe we'll get lucky tomorrow or Monday, but we'll just have to wait and see how that goes. But that is all I've got for now. Thank you for watching the video. Y'all have a wonderful day, and until next time, later, dudes. Good morning, everyone, and welcome back. We're on the final day before Entei research starts tomorrow, and we're starting off with a cool 100 sleep points and 8,960 sneaky snacking. And that's going to push us into Ultra 3, I think. Yes, Ultra 3. Come on, there we go. Starting off with a whole bunch of screens just popping up randomly. All right, let's grab our 100 sleep points. That puts us at 4,924 total. And let's see. For our daily lottery, I did go to the right place. For some reason, I thought I didn't and hit back. For our daily lottery, we can hopefully get a biscuit. No, a small ingredient ticket. Uh-oh. That's not good. That means we're ending the week with less biscuits than I wanted. Like I said before, I was wanting to stay around 25. We haven't spent any in a few days, and I'm only at 20 now, but that's shouldn't have spent those biscuits the other day, I think. But anyway, let's jump into the sleep report and see if we can finally get a snoozing type sleep and maybe get what we're looking for. 8 hours 29 minutes of sleep. It looks pretty good for snoozing. 6% dozing, 54% snoozing, and 40% slumbering. It's looking pretty good. It's balance type. Well, I mean, balance does still include snoozing, so there's still a chance. Hopefully we can get, I think it's about 24 million maybe? Yeah, 23.8 million, almost there. We do have 7 spawns, so that's very good. 7 spawns, 3 of them are 1 stars. Pretty decent chance of getting what we're looking for. Well, I don't know, maybe. It's not snoozing, so I don't know why I said that, because it's balanced, so even though they're 1 stars, they may come from the slumbering and dozing type. It looks like nothing new. We've got Ekans, 2 Ekans, an Igglybuff, a Wobbuffet, a Larvitar again, Shuppet. Shuppet's pretty good, and a Gulpin. Out of all of these, probably Shuppet is the most useful, I think, for me anyway. Let's see. Where's that Shuppet? There you are. All right, so probably just gonna give the Shuppet the biscuit. Let's see. Yeah, because I mean, we don't need the Gulpin, don't need the Ekans. Larvitar, we've got a couple. We need a really good Shuppet for later on down the road. So I'm definitely thinking Shuppet is the right way to go. Unfortunately, no big hit, and I don't want to spend any more biscuits, so we'll just leave it as is. We can find another Shuppet another time. Again, not catching anything today. That's unfortunate. We will still send out the Larvitar candy to help people stock up on that. That's always good to have. You can never have too much Larvitar candy. That is going to get us 1,307 research XP and 1,946 dream shards. Nowhere near leveling up yet. It's going to be a while, but I feel like we're probably going to level up during the first week of the Entei research. No new news, but speaking of, there is one thing I did want to cover. There's been some information that has changed about Entei, so let's cover that real fast. It won't take long. Apparently in the little tiny update they did the other day, according to the Rain on Discord, they have changed the spawn information for Entei. So I don't remember exactly what Entei was before. I think it was Master 15 and Master 20, if I remember correctly, for Greengrass. It is now, for the 1-star, still Master 9. For the 2-star, Master 13, and the 3-star is Master 19. And then on Tau Paulo, Master 5, Master 9, and Master 15, respectively. So with the change, they no longer know the drowsy power requirement of the 2 and 3-star sleep. I believe both of the 1-stars have stayed the same. It was only the 2 and 3-star sleeps that changed, so just be aware that that has changed, so that way you can be prepared for that going forward. But not a big change. Wanted to make sure that I gave you the proper information, though, instead of running off that old information that we had. But let's see how we're looking on our community reports. We have a couple of beautiful shiny Charizards right there at the top. 47 reports with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 to doubled up. Very nice. Very nice. Right about a third. No level ups today. And we can jump straight into collecting from our 2 Pokemon that we're actually collecting from. Another 326 sneaky snacking. Can we get a skill trigger? Yes. We did. All right, so things are looking good. Didn't get as many skill triggers from Flareon as I wanted yesterday, but you know, it happens. That's how RNG goes. Maybe we'll make up for it today. Raikou, can we get a skill trigger from you? Yes, there we go. We did only get 1 yesterday, and then we've got 1 now. As early as it is, I'm hoping that this 1 skill trigger does mean that we'll get more from Raikou. Maybe 1 more by the end of today. If that's the case, if we can get 1 more skill trigger from Raikou today, then it will have far outperformed what the Flareon could have done for us. So that's very good. Not the Flareon. Apologies. The Arcanine. Flareon's doing good work for us. No problems there. Let's see how their inventory is looking. It's not as full as I would like. Really would have been good to have had Raikou on the team with them the entire week. But you know what? Every little bit helps. It'll all add up. And the fact that they're favored berries means that it's going to be plus 50% strength anyway. So every little bit helps for next week. We'll just have to see how the rest of the day goes and hopefully get a much higher stock. If we could get 2 more skill triggers from Raikou, that would be even more fantastic. I am thinking about swapping Arcanine back onto the team right before I go to bed, though, so that Arcanine can have a full inventory of berries for tomorrow. And hopefully a skill trigger to start off the week, simply because Arcanine, well, I don't know. Now I'm curious. With Arcanine having the favorite berries and the fiery herbs, do we keep it on the team actually during the Entei week, or do we leave Raikou there and then replace Raikou with Entei? It's actually an interesting question. I don't know. I'm gonna have to think about that one. I'm not sure. I kind of feel like Arcanine is the right call because it's fire type, so we get the favorite berries and the herbs. Maybe. I don't know. We'll figure it out. We got time to figure it out. But yeah, it's really quick and easy day today. Not a whole lot's going on. It's the final day. We're not going to make breakfast. I'm not going to make any meals today. 1, we don't have the ingredients to really make anything, even if I wanted. And 2, we're trying to stack up all of these Flareon skill boosts for tomorrow's meal, tomorrow's breakfast, so that we can start the week off strong. It says 57, but let's see exactly how much we have. 124. Oh yeah, that's right. It's gonna be skewed because because it's Sunday. Anyway, I think we've only had 2 skill triggers from Flareon so far since the last time I cooked a meal, so that's really only 77. Hopefully we can get 2 or 3 more by the end of the day and get at least 100 pot space for tomorrow's breakfast, but we'll just have to wait and see how it goes. And that is quick and easy. That is all for me today. So thank you for watching the video. I hope y'all have a wonderful day, and until next time, later, dudes.